Today's session, we will be discussing the preparation of cost sheet. As a part of today's session, we will be discussing the preparation of cost sheet. Now, let's look at the cost sheet once again. In the previous session, we had already discussed what is cost sheet in detail, but nonetheless, let's touch upon what is cost sheet once again. So, cost sheet is a document, the definition given by CIMA in UK. CIMA stands for Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. It's a professional body located in UK. How they have defined cost sheet is like this. It is a document which provides for the assembly of detailed cost of a cost center or a cost unit. So it helps you to understand the cost incurred by a business according to the elements. Okay. Now, in certain companies, in certain organizations, in certain industries, cost sheet is also called as the production statement. It is also referred to as the production statement. Now, the purpose of cost sheet is it presents the total cost of your firm and also represents the cost per unit of goods produced. It represents the total cost. At the same time, it gives you cost per unit. Another very important aspect that you have to remember about the cost sheet is it gives you element-wise cost. Okay, we saw there are three elements: material, labor, expense. So according to these three elements, the cost sheet will give you the breakup. Another advantage about preparing the cost sheet is it helps you to carry out comparative study. It helps you to carry out a comparative analysis. It helps you to makes comparison very easy. Now, what are the prime reasons as to why a management would need the cost sheet is that it will help the management to fix the price. It will help the management to determine the price. It will help them to fix on the price. So that's the reason why these are the purposes of a cost sheet. Now, moving ahead, let us look at the format of cost sheet once again. Okay, we will look at the format of cost sheet once again. Now, previous class we had touched upon this. Nonetheless, let me touch upon this once again. There are the three direct expenses: direct material, direct labor, direct expense. You would sum up these three, and you would get the prime cost. To the prime cost, you have to add your factory overhead. Now, factory overhead would comprise of your indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expense incurred at the factory level. Then you have to add your office or admin overhead. Then you have to add your selling and distribution overhead. And then you have to add your profit margin to this. And then you would get your sales. Okay, you would get your sales. Now, in that line, for us to, now we would be starting off with the numerical aspect of the subject. We would be learning how to prepare cost sheet. Okay? So from now onwards, we would be starting off with the numericals. We would be learning how cost sheet can be prepared. Okay? We'll be discussing how you can go about preparing the cost sheet in a firm. But for us to get there, for us to be in a position to prepare cost sheet with ease, it is very important for us to identify the cost. Okay, we should be able to identify and we should be able to understand where exactly will the cost fall. So in that line, let us have some discussions. So what I would do now is I would present some of these costs for you, and you will have to identify will it belong to prime cost, factory cost, administration overhead, selling and distribution overhead. So I will show you the expense. You will have to identify which of these will it fall under. Now, I want all of you to carry out this exercise sincerely. The reason being, once you start off with your cost sheet preparation, we will not be able to spend detailed time in identifying these items individually. So for us to be in a comfortable position to identify the cost, it is extremely important for us to be at a stage where we know which category of cost will this fall under. So in that line, I will show you some of the expenses. You should be in a position to identify, will it belong to prime cost, factory cost, administrative overhead, or selling and distribution overhead. Okay, so here goes the list of items. The first one, purchase of raw material. Okay, purchase of raw material. Now, just in case if you know the answer, what you guys can do is you guys can drop your responses in the chat as well. But at the same time, I will be walking you through the expenses one by one. So the first one is purchase of raw material. Now remember, raw material is essential part of your product. Without raw material in place, it would not be possible for you to carry out your production process. It would not be possible for you to carry out your production process. So without material, it would not be possible for you to carry out your production process. So purchase of raw material, it would be a prime cost. It is a part of your direct material. Remember, the direct elements of cost, that is direct material, direct labor, direct expense, this is a part of your prime cost. Next one, direct wages. Okay, direct wages. This is again a prime cost. So direct wages will be a part of your direct labor. This is a prime cost. Next one, office appliance maintenance. Okay, office appliance maintenance. Now, what does this item mean? This refers to you would be having some appliances at your office, and you may have to carry out some kind of maintenance activity for that, and then the expense that you're incurring for this is what is referred to as office appliance maintenance. Okay, so this now, for example, computer. Okay, computer is something that you'll be using in your office. Now, computer is not part of your manufacturing process. It is not a part of your factory expense. It is a part of your, it is something which is involved in your office. So since this is involved in your office, this would be a administration overhead. Okay, this would be a administration overhead. Next one, plant and machinery maintenance. Plant and machinery maintenance. So plant and machinery maintenance, what does this item mean? You would be having machinery in your factory, and you would be carrying out some kind of expenses, some kind of there would be some level of outflow of money that is involved in this, and this money is referred to as plant and machinery maintenance. So this is a part of your factory overhead. This is a part of your factory overhead. This is, to be specific, this would be an indirect factory expense. Next one, factory building rent. Okay, next one is factory building rent. Now, factory building rent is the rent that you pay for your factory premises. Okay, that's the money that you will be paying for your factory premises. So this would be a part of your factory overhead. Okay, it will be a part of your factory overhead. Next one, factory supervisor's salary. So in order to supervise your laborers in your factory, you may have to have a person designated to make sure that they're carrying out their jobs, they're carrying out their activities in a routine way. So this is what is referred to as factory supervisor's overhead, factory supervisor's salary. Now, remember, the factory supervisor is not involved directly in your production process. He's responsible for facilitating your production process. So this would be a factory overhead. To be a little bit more specific, this would be an indirect labor. This would be an indirect labor that you're having as a part of your factory. Okay, so it's a factory overhead, and to be specific, it is a factory indirect labor. Now, okay, so next one, sales commission. Now, what would happen is when your sales people, when they carry out the sales activity, it may be necessary that you may have to pay them an incentive. Okay, this is an incentive that you will have to pay them. So remember, they may have a fixed salary, and depending on the level of sales that they carry out, you may have to incentivize them. So this refers to the incentive that you're paying for your sales representatives. So this again would be a selling and distribution overhead. To be specific, this will be a part of your indirect labor. Okay, this would be a part of your indirect labor. Next one, factory lighting. Okay, factory lighting. Factory lighting is basically the electricity expenses you're incurring for lighting up your factory. So this is again a part of your factory overhead. To be specific, it is a part of your indirect expenses that you're incurring at your factory. Next one, as a part of this slide, the last one is taxes. Okay, the last one is taxes. So taxes refers to statutory money that you have to pay to the government depending on your level of activity. Now, this taxes are usually computed by your administration. Okay, so this would be a administration overhead. To be very specific, it would be a part of your administration indirect expense. Okay, it will be a part of your administration indirect expense. So I hope all of you got an understanding of the flow with which we are planning to go with this exercise. So what I would do is, for the next slide, I will show you the expense, and then I want all of you to try. And then you can put your responses in the chat. Okay, you can put your responses in the chat, and then I will carry out the discussion with you. So here goes your question. I shall maybe wait for a minute or two. I want all of you to read through this, and then you can put your responses in the chat. Okay, you can put your responses in the chat. Okay, I'm getting the answers. Good. I'm quite happy. Okay, maybe to make it a little easy for you guys to respond, I want all of you to try for the first three. Okay, sales, traveling, freight incurred on material, and then office rent. Okay, so what you can do is you can name it 1, 2, 3, and then you can put your responses in the chat. 1, 2, 3, and then you can put your responses in the chat. So 1, what is your answer? 2, what is your answer? 3, what is your answer? And then you can put the okay, I'm getting the answers. Okay, good. I'm getting the answers. Okay, most of you have got the answer for the first one correct. Someone just put prime cost. No, not really. Prime cost is not the correct answer. You may have to retry that again. Okay, good. Okay, so for the person who just put in only prime cost, you did not put a number in the beginning. So I was under the impression that you were providing a response for the first one. Okay, so if prime cost is your answer for the first one, that is incorrect. Third, someone just put in an answer, this thing right now, saying factory overhead for option 3. No, that is not correct. Okay, good. Okay, very good. I'm quite happy. Most of you guys are getting the answers correct. Someone just put in, okay, the answer is correct. So, just happened to get the serial number incorrect. Okay, I'm quite happy. You guys are getting it. You guys are having a good understanding about how to identify the expenses. Okay, so someone just put an answer right now saying freight incurred a material. It is a part of your selling cost. No, it is not. Okay, so you may have to rethink that answer once again. Okay, good. Okay, good. So I've got the answers so far. So to save on time, what I would be doing now is I would be carrying out the discussions with you. The first one is sales traveling. Now remember, sales trapping refers to the cost incurred by the people who carries out your sales. Okay, the cost incurred by the people who carries out sales fee. Okay. Now remember, they may be having some kind of commutation. Okay. They may be having some kind of commutation. You may have to reimburse their commutation charges. You may have to reimburse their commutation expenses, and that is what is referred to as sales trapping. Okay. That is what is referred to as sales trapping. Next one. So the correct answer for that would be selling and distribution overhead. Okay, selling and distribution overhead. So the next one was freight incurred on material. Now this refers to freight incurred on material refers to the handling charges that you're having for your raw material. Okay, so it is specifically mentioned material, so we have to understand that it is for raw material. So basically handling charges that you have for your raw material, it would be an expense for you. It would not be a part of your direct material, it would be an expense for you. Okay, but it's a part of your prime cost. It's a part of your prime cost. So prime cost is the correct answer. Next one, office rent. Okay, office rent. Office rent, it's basically the rent that you pay for your premises. Okay, it's the rent that you would pay for your premises. So the correct answer for this would be administration overhead. Okay, the correct answer for this would be administration overhead. Okay, so next one. Someone just put me a message asking me to explain the second one once again. Okay, so freight incurred a material. Okay, so what is meant by freight charges? Okay, freight charges are basically handling charges that you have for your raw material. Now, raw material is an essential part of your production process. Okay, it is an essential part of your production process. Now, if you don't have or if you don't pay your freight charges, what will happen is your raw material will not reach your manufacturing premises. It will not reach your manufacturing location. So, so basically, it would be an expense. It is a direct expense for you. It is a direct expense for you, and you're incurring that as a part of your. Since it's a direct expense, what will happen is it will be a part of your prime cost. In the meanwhile, I'm noticing that you guys are providing responses for the remaining answers. I'm very happy, but unfortunately, I'm not able to focus my entire attention on chat. So because of which I will be walking you through the answers one by one. Sales promotion, basically this refers to any kind of promotional activities you carry out for enhancing your sales. And this would be a part of your selling and distribution overhead. Office salary and expenses. Now, this is basically the remuneration that you pay for your office staff. This would be a part of your office indirect labor. Okay, office indirect labor. So this is a part of your administration overhead. Now, the next one, it is mentioned manager's salary. Now, it is specifically mentioned. As factory. Okay, so they're giving us a clue. Okay, the manager for whom we are paying salary, he's involved in the factory. Okay, or he's working for the factory. So this is a part of your factory overhead. To be specific, this cost will be a part of your factory indirect labor. Okay, factory indirect labor. Next one, depreciation for plant. This is again an indirect expense that you have as a part of your factory. So it is a factory overhead. Work in progress, I gave this here on purpose. However, this I would be discussing in detail. Work in progress is something which is in between your, it is not a raw material, neither is a finished good. So it has gone through a certain level of production. Okay, but it's not complete as yet. So neither can you club it as a part of your raw material because the process has already started. And however, you cannot call it as a finished good. So you will have to club all your work in progress as a part of your factory overheads. Marketing salary, this is quite understood. It is a part of your selling and distribution overhead. Selling and distribution overhead. So I'm noticing that that you guys are providing responses. I'm quite happy about that. So here's the thing that I want you guys to do. I'll show you the next slide. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to write out the answers into a notebook or maybe into a notepad. Please don't put it on the chat because because the answers are quite lengthy, I'm also having a hard time focusing on my lecture as well as the chat. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to type out the responses. I will show you the next set of expenses and I'll pause maybe for a minute, and then maybe I'll pause for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and then you guys can write out your answers and then we will discuss together. Okay, so here goes the next slide. So I want all of you to read through, write out your answers into your notebooks, okay? And then we will do the discussion. And when we are discussing, you guys can cross-check your answers. Okay, you guys can cross-check your answers. Please make it fast. So nonetheless, I will read through the items one by one. Distribution cost, customer service cost, rates and insurance, lubricating oil, factory repairs and maintenance, running expenses of machine, labor amenities, carriage outward, indirect wages. So please write out the answers into your notebooks and then we will discuss one by one. Okay? Please write out your answers into your notebook and then we will be discussing one by one. Please write out your answers one by one. We will be discussing eventually. I hope all of you are done with the answers by now. Just in case if you have completed, if you can put a yes, I will be able to understand you've completed the activity. If you can put a yes in the chat, just for my understanding. Okay, I'm getting quite a few yeses, so which means just in case if you have completed, you can put a yes in the chat. So we will discuss one by one. Next, first is distribution cost. Now, distribution cost is the cost that you incur for distributing your goods from from your factory to the point of sale. So this would be a part of your selling and distribution overhead. Customer service cost. Now, what is meant by customer service? In the case of certain products, it can so happen that you may have to provide them with some after-sales service. You may have to have a customer service number. You may have to have a group of representatives there. Any issues, any problems that they are facing, they should be able to troubleshoot and all that. So basically, this is something that is a part of your selling and distribution. So this will be a part of your selling and distribution overhead. Now, insurance, certain cases what happens is it's mandatory for you to take insurance, and you may have to pay premium for this, and the money that you pay as premium, it is a part of your administration overhead. Lubricating oil, this is basically a consumable that you're using as a part of your production process. At your factory, it so happens that you may have to lubricate your machinery, you may have to lubricate your engines, you have to make sure that they are in smooth condition, running position, etc. So for that, this would be a indirect material at factory. So this would be a factory overhead. Factory repairs and maintenance, I think this should be quite easy for all of you. This is a part of your factory overhead. Running expenses of a machine. Okay, so in order to get a machine up and running, you may have to spend some money. You may have to spend electricity, you may have to spend petrol, you may have to spend for diesel. So that would be a part of your factory overhead. Labor amenities. So it can so happen that you may have to have some support systems for your labor people. Okay. Now this is something that you may have to provide them at your factory. So this again would be a factory overhead. Carriage outward. Now, what is meant by carriage outward? Carriage outward is the transportation cost that you incur for transporting out the finished good. Okay, it is the transportation cost that you incur for transporting out the finished goods. So that is what is meant by carriage outward. So any guesses where this would fall? Okay, it's a part of your selling and distribution overhead. Indirect wages, this might be a little confusing. Remember, indirect wages would be a part of your factory. Okay, they are not involved directly in your manufacturing process, so it will be a part of your indirect labor, and this would be a part of your factory overhead. This would be a part of your factory overhead. Next one. Okay, so again for this, what we will do is we will. I will show you the question, and then you guys can take a minute, and then you guys can write out your answers. Just in case if anyone had a doubt in the previous one, you can maybe put a message in the chat. So I shall pause here again for a minute or two. You guys can quickly write out the answers for this, and then we will do once you've completed with the answer, if you can put a yes, that will be happy. Someone just asked me if I could show the previous slide once again. Definitely, but is that all right if I put it after some time? Because I think the others have already started attempting. So maybe towards the end of the session, I'll show you the slide. So someone just put a message in the meanwhile, is carriage outward a direct expense? Carriage outward is not a direct expense because basically what is a direct expense? It is a part and parcel of your production process. But carriage outward is transportation of finished good. Okay, it's the transportation of finished good. So it is coming after your production. So it is an indirect expense. Now the question is, which level? Is it at factory? Is it at administration? Or is it at selling and distribution? Okay, so the correct answer for that would be selling and distribution overhead. So carriage outward would be a indirect expense. Okay, if someone in the meanwhile mentioned service cost. No, service cost is not a prime cost because what is prime cost? It is directly a part of your production process. But customer service is something which is coming after you have made your sale. It has got nothing to do with your production. That's why it is an indirect expense. Answers are not being shown. Yes, I know answers are not being shown because I will be showing it to you once all of you are done. So just in case if you have completed with the responses, figuring out the answers, you can put a yes. You can put a yes in the chat. Someone put a message in the meanwhile. What is meant by consumables? So consumables would be like lubricating oil, nut, bolt, screw. Okay, so basically consumables are anything that is it gets used up. That is what is mentioned as a consumable. So please make it fast. I've only got a very few yeses. To be specific, only 4 yeses so far. So if others have also completed, you may put a yes in the chat, just for my feedback. I'm getting more yeses right now, which means most of you must have completed. Okay, good. So I think I'm getting a good amount of yeses. So I've got at least now 30 to 40 yeses, which means you guys must have completed. Okay, so let me start the discussions one by one. Sundry expenses. The first one is sundry expenses. Sundry means miscellaneous. Okay, sundry means miscellaneous. And it's an office expense. So that will be an administration overhead, to be specific, indirect expense. Salesman's salary. I'm pretty sure this should have been easy for you by now. Selling and distribution overhead. Advertising. So again, selling and distribution overhead. Director's fee. Okay, so you may have a director. The director is a part of your office administration. Okay, so that will be a administration overhead. Bad debt written off. Okay, bad debt written off. For you to understand bad debt written off, first you have to remember the source of your bad debt. Where is your bad debt coming from? Now your bad debt is coming as a part of your credit sale. It is coming as a part of your credit sale. Okay, you carried out a sale and you requested your customer to pay back later. So it's a credit sale. Now, because you have given him a provision to pay back later, and now he's refusing, this would be a part of your selling and distribution overhead. Okay, so bad debt, this is an indirect expense, and it is a part of your selling and distribution. Consumables. So I gave you an example of lubricating oil. This would be a part of factory overhead. Carriage inward. Okay, carriage inward. Remember, carriage inward is transportation cost of raw material. Okay, raw materials are essential part of your manufacturing process. To be specific, this would be a direct expense for you. So this is prime cost. Expenditure on sales depot. So you may have to have a sales depot. You may have some expenses over there. It's a part of your selling and distribution overhead. So this is a part of your selling and distribution. Last one is printing. This would be a part of your administration overhead. So I think most of you must have got this answer by now. Now what I will do is, there are some more questions that I've uploaded on the LMS. You guys can try that on your own. And in the meanwhile, tomorrow onwards, I'll be starting off with a numerical. So for tomorrow onwards, I'll be starting off with a numerical for you guys. And this is a question that I will be working out for you. So I want all of you to take down the question right now. Okay, so this will be the numerical that I'll be working out in tomorrow's class for you. And I want all of you to take down the question. Okay, so in tomorrow's class, I may not spend too much of time to project the question for you, because I will be making an alternate arrangement. I will be working out my numerical on the board for you tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow I shall work out the numerical on the board, and because I want to work out the numerical on the board, I would not be spending too much of time in projecting the question for you. I will just show you the question and then I'll be starting off with the numerical. So to make sure that we don't lose too much of time, please make sure that you take down the question right now. We will be preparing the cost sheet. So, and also I want all of you to be familiar with the format of cost sheet. The format of cost sheet I've already uploaded on the LMS. So please take a minute or two and then please take down the question. Let me read out the question for you. Prepare a cost sheet of the following data relating to the manufacture of bulb. The number of bulbs manufactured in a month is 1000. So which means the total number of units that you're manufacturing is 1000. And a profit margin of 20% on the total cost is expected on the sale of bulb. So what does that mean? Let's say if your total expenses, your sum total of all your cost is 100, then you want 20% profit, which means you should be selling at 120. Okay, that's what is meant by that. And then I've given you the expenses. Okay, so please take down the question as well as the expenses in the tabular form, so that we can, tomorrow's class we will be working out with we'll be starting off with the numerical. I will work out the numerical on the board for you tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow's class I will be working out the numerical on the board for you. Please quickly take down the question. In the meanwhile, someone sent me a message asking, why is carriage inward a prime cost? Because it's transportation cost. Yes, you're absolutely correct. But it is a prime cost because it is directly a part of your manufacturing process. See, without the raw material in your factory, you cannot start your manufacturing. You cannot start your manufacturing. So, because of which it is a part of your prime cost. It's a direct expense. Now, carriage outward, why is that not a prime cost? Because it is coming after your manufacturing. Okay? It is a cost that you're incurring after your manufacturing. That's the reason why it is an indirect expense. In the meanwhile, some of you have asked me to show you the slides once again. So I hope by now all of you have taken down the question. So tomorrow's class, we will be starting off with the numerical. So please, in the next session, we'll be starting off with the numerical. So please come prepared for